is your no bullshit guide to a happier life. Quick, but not necessarily easy tips to help you to squeeze every last drop of enjoyment out of your business and your life. My name is Helen Calvert. I'm a coach, a business owner and a parent, and I'm so happy to be here with you. I do swear occasionally, as the title suggests, so pop in your headphones if I'm not safe for little ears. Ready to go? Let's do this. This episode is sponsored by H. Arlo Harris, creator and lead facilitator of Move Like You. H is a coach and speaker supporting entrepreneurs to unmask, take up space, share their work, and lead confidently by turning who they are into the strategy that grows their business. The best news? H is hosting a Move Like You one-day identity-led experience designed to help you build unshakable confidence, stop performing, and finally show up in your business as you. When? Saturday the 21st of February. Where? Loughborough University in the UK. Through mindset work, practical tools, and a powerful, accessible movement session, you'll leave ready to make the business-defining moves that transform your results in 2026. The Move Like You Experience Day centres on identity-led work that helps you understand how performance, masking, and self-protection have been shaping the way you show up in your business, often without you realising it. Find out more at hrloharris.com/move-like-you or via the show notes for this episode. Good morning, happy alive! I have always wanted to do that. If you're too young to know, it's a nod to the late, great Robin Williams. Welcome to season 6 of the No Bullshit Guide to a Happier Life. You can possibly hear my dog shaking a collar in the background. That's her way of applauding. This year, we are talking about stepping into our power. Just talking about it? Nope. We are going to be doing it. If you are new to this podcast, we started in 2021 talking about our self-employed adventures, looking at everything from productivity to marketing, relationships to parenting, taking a deep dive into the world of the small business owner. Season 2 focused on the tools that we have for reducing stress and living happier lives. Season 3, my favourite to date, if I'm honest, is all about our relationship with ourselves. Season 4 focused on getting shit done. And last year, in season 5, we took a deep dive into the experience of being autistic in this world. Why those topics? Well, I am an autistic life coach who has been self-employed since 2018, divorced since then too. I have CPTSD, which I have only recently had confirmed. I'm queer. My boyfriend lives 4,000 miles away in America. I have 2 kids, no siblings, and with all of that information, I bet you can tell that I've navigated a fuck ton of challenges in my life. I'm no different from you. When we really think about the challenges that we face and then what we've been able to achieve, we are all absolutely remarkable. I know it's so easy to brush it off, isn't it? And say, oh, well, I haven't done much, or, oh, well, my life's not as bad as other people's. But just put all that comparison to one side for a moment and think about everything you have been through, all the challenges life has thrown at you, and yet here you are, still doing it, right? Still opening your eyes every day and doing it. I don't care how caffeinated you are. I don't care whatever else you're doing to try and get through. You're doing it. And we're really amazing. We really are. And I'm so proud of all of us. Let's just start there. Let's just give ourselves a massive pat on the back for how far we've got, because my goodness, we are incredible. And I don't have the answers. As a life coach, I don't have the answers because I'm perfect and have always had it sussed. I'm not coming to you going, oh, I've always had life figured out. You know, I'm amazing. What's wrong with you? That does not a good life coach make. I have some answers, Because I've been in the trenches. I've been down in the holes. I will be down in the holes again. And I found the ways out. My mission, my passion, just everything I want to do is to reach down and just hold out my hand and pull you up after me. You are only like a couple of steps behind me. We're doing this together. And every path that I find, I'm going to show you where it is. So this podcast has always been about making you feel less alone and passing on the lessons I've learned while building my best life, post-divorce, post-autism self-diagnosis, post-trying to live according to the rules. I've been living by my own rules for nearly 10 years now, and joy and passion have come flooding into my life because of that. My best life is not all about like Instagram perfect fake happiness. It's about truly knowing who I am, loving who I am, living according to who I am, and encouraging you to do the same. Learning from my mistakes, but not beating myself up for my imperfections, understanding my reactions instead of wondering why I'm so weird, choosing what actually suits me instead of doing what I'm supposed to do or was brought up to do, and recognizing when popular messages are simply not for me because they are ableist or heteronormative or just plain bullshit. My best life is building boundaries so I can love people more and not compromising my well-being, because as far as I know, we only get one crack at living on this earth, and I am not going to spend it being miserable. And I'm really going to try not to let you to do that either. Yet, 2025 was a fucker of a year, wasn't it? Financially stressful, mentally exhausting, so many things coming home to roost after years of trying to pretend that COVID didn't happen and we can all just carry on as normal or go back to normal or as if normal ever existed. We can't. Things have to change. Things are changing. And the call we have all been receiving, whether we've been listening to it or not, the call is coming from inside the house. We may not have been listening, but the call that we've all been receiving is to step into our power. We've learned who we are. We've learned what we need. We've got all the information. We've got self-knowledge coming out of our ears, right? We know it all. We've got all the stuff. We've listened to the podcast. We've read the books. We've done the courses. We know it all. It's time now to do something with it, to step forward and shine our light so brightly that it blinds the bastards. In gearing up for this season, I've been talking a lot about power. And every time that I do, I get reactions from people who find that that word creates some anxiety for them, which I totally understand. So let's clear some things up. Power, in and of itself, is not a bad thing. It is a good thing. It doesn't even have to be a good or a bad thing. It's a neutral thing. It's a thing. It is power. Anger is not a bad thing in and of itself. But power does not have to mean anger and aggression and all of those negative words. Control, coercion, physical violence, those are bad things. They are a misuse of power. And sometimes they are a reaction of fear of your power. That is not to ever excuse anything like that. If it has happened to you, it is inexcusable. But if you've had negative experiences of what seems like other people's power, which is debatable whether it was their power, but if you've had negative experiences of that, it's not surprising that you're really scared of claiming words like that for yourself. Like, oh, I don't know if I want to be powerful. Power is a bad thing. Being powerful is a bad thing. Not at all. It can be really confusing when what is actually other people's fear, their lack of emotional maturity, their lack of emotional regulation, when those things are sold to us as power or being a boss or being powerful, it's just so confusing then, because we don't want to be those things. Those things are awful. We've had terrible experiences of being on the wrong end of those things, or perhaps we've behaved in those ways and it really didn't feel powerful. It isn't. That is not the power I'm talking about. I am not talking about imposing our will on other people and marching around being aggressive and not listening and forcing things on the world. Absolutely not. You may have been the most powerful person in your family in the sense that you have the biggest insight, the biggest heart, and the most emotional intelligence. I'm really sorry if that is you, because what often happens is you will have been taught that you are the problem, because that kind of power is terrifying to emotionally immature people who really don't want to be seen. More about that later. But your power is your ability and capacity to change your world so it becomes a world that you want to live in. Your leadership is your ability and capacity to show others how they can do the same. Self-love, self-care, boundaries, and a firm foundational knowledge of who you are is the root of your power. And anger, if we want to look at that side of things, is the part of you that loves you. When you feel angry, it is because there's a part of you who knows that what has happened or is happening is not okay. When we are afraid of our power, or have been taught that it is a problem, we turn it inwards in tangled ways that eat away at us, or we fire it outwards in aggression and losing our shit because we haven't learned to harness it. True power is calm because it is confident, self-reliant, knowledgeable, clear, and solid. People can try to break it, challenge it, tantrum all they want about it. It is untouchable. And using that power only has to look like what you want it to look like. Yes, you can be all guns blazing, or you can be quietly moving forwards. You can be powerful and be a force for good in the world. And my word, do we need powerful people to be that? How do we find, reclaim, nurture, grow, and use our power? Stay tuned. This season, I will be telling you how. Guess what, though? It starts with how we always sign off, by being excessively kind to ourselves. Self-love is the root of true power. So, extend your compassion to yourself always. And that is how we will squeeze every last drop of enjoyment out of life. Speak to you next time. Thank you so much for listening. It's great to have you along for the ride. Are you already a member of my Happier Life Hub? If not, it's time for you to join. For just £20 per month, you get access to a huge library of resources to help you to banish the BS and live your happiest life. Plus a supportive community, online meetups, and access to me via the DMs. It's like having me in your pocket 24/7. Head to happier-life.co.uk/hub for more details.